You and York, no, you and York and Burton are the only three teams still unbeaten in the division at this point. How big a thing is that for you, and do you mention it ahead of each game to the players?
Not really. We're pleased with the start we've had, and the aim is just to keep it going. The only way we can do that is one game at a time. Boring old cliches, but the lads don't need reminding of that. They want to do their best every game, and so far they've been exceptional. So long may that continue. It's something that we want to keep going for a bit, but it's going to end sometime. It's been a pleasing start.
Kind of self-fueling in a way, isn't it? The longer it goes, the longer the boys want to keep it going.
Yeah, they're like I said, they've been a really good bunch so far, and I really anticipate that carrying on. And this is how we just want to keep picking up points. We're not worried about where we are on the table or whatever. Just we wanted a good start. We've got it. Now it's important that we build on it.
I'm sure there was a vision when Sean North came in as to what he might do. What difference has he made for you since he's been here?
Just things are slightly different, and it's at the minute it's working really well. So he's a really good coach, and it was a slightly different style of working how we're working, but it seems to be paying dividends at the moment. Yeah.
And the team is set up slightly differently as well. I'm sure you'd say that you've got to be flexible, but that system does seem to suit, doesn't it?
Yeah, it suits what we've got. It wasn't necessarily by design, but also, we, like I said all along, we were always planning on having a look at a different formation. It was just a case of what formation we would have gone with. We've looked at some stats for League One, League Two, the last couple of seasons, and we've drawn our own conclusions from it, and are trying to play a system that suits what we've got and suits teams that gets decent success in that division. And at the minute, what we're doing's working pretty well. We're going to have to adapt. Teams are going to match us up at times. Teams are going to cause us different problems at times by doing different things. We have to make sure that we cover every eventuality, but also make sure that we just get better at what we're trying to do.
It does seem to have given a new lease of life to one or two, and Joe Hanks has come in and looked as if he's played 100, 200 league matches. Yeah,
Joe's a really good player. We always know that. We knew that, and he's one of them. He'll have to have a breather every now and again. But Joe can be well pleased with the start that he's made. He's the example I give to him all. Wasn't involved in the first game in terms of starting. 6 minutes later, he was on a pitch against Bury, and 36 minutes later, he's smashing one in the top corner and been pretty much an ever present. But he's one that we'll take care of. We know he's a good player. We've always known he's a good player, and I think he's just showing it at the moment.
In terms of Luton, you'll know John Still pretty well. He's been round the block a bit. Are you surprised that they've struggled to find the feet?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I think they'll be big players over this season. And a big club in the Football League. I think it was a brilliant appointment getting him when they got him to get out of the conference, because I think it was a guarantee that they obviously had a little go at it, and I think John's got a great record in this league as well with teams, and you always know you're in a game. That with John's sides, they'll press you, they'll turn you, but also they're playing lots of really, really good football at the moment, and although they haven't had the results they would have liked, they've had a few performances that they've been really pleased with, and I think it's just a case of can they convert those into wins. But listen, we've got to try and stop that. We've got to make sure that we're as good as we have been for 6 games, nothing less, and then anything less will means we get beat. So they've got lots of threats, lots of good players, and a crowd that gets behind them.
You say threats. Paul Benson is there, obviously, who was here, and Luke Rooney's there, who you tried hard to sign, I think, at one stage. Yeah.
So we know a bit about him. Benno did great for us, and has been a big player in various teams in this division for a number of years now. So they've got lots of good players, and we've got to be wary of. But we try and concentrate on ourselves. The players will know what they need to know about Luton, but we'll try and work on how we've started. And just keep trying to improve bit by bit.
appreciate it's a while back, but you went there in the cup and played well.
We did, yeah. We played very well, and look where that got us. The next round. So just hopefully more of the same.
In terms of fitness, Lee Vaughan, I presume, is the one concern.
He's training today, so yeah, he's been with Wes and the team last week and this week. He was on the grass on Tuesday. No reports, no ill effects from that, and hopefully going to train with us to take part in the training session today and be available. So hopefully that could be everybody bar Racer available, but that's what we're looking at the moment.
And with Jordan's flexibility, that means that he could stay at right back if Lee wasn't quite ready, but equally you could slot him in somewhere else if you felt that was the right thing to do.
Yeah, or we could change system, or we could do whatever. It gives us what we do have got is flexibility within the group that we can change. The 11 that we pick can change pretty much without too much of a problem. It gives us options. We went up to Morecambe, got a good point and a pleasing performance, and we need more of the same on Saturday. More options I've got, better for me.
I spoke to John Marcus about Terry Gornell's long spell without a goal and asked him whether he felt he was confident in front of goal still. He said yes. Is everybody wishing him to break that drought?
Of course they are. Terry's work rate alone has been superb this season. It's almost something that doesn't need bringing up. He'll score when he scores, but if he keeps working like he has done in games, we have no problem with that. The goals will come. I have no problem.
Thank you.
Mark, do you know how long Ace is looking at now? Because he must be getting fairly close to returns training.
I don't know exactly. We're trying to make sure we get him a game in a couple of weeks' time, hopefully. So he's in the hands of Wes, for the next week, 10 days at least. So we'll see from there.
Yeah, I know he's going to be tested later on in the season, but do you think the fitness levels at the moment are looking better than they have been?
Of the lads?
Yeah.
Of
the lads overall.
It's good. I wouldn't say any more than we do more gym work, more core work with them than we've done perhaps in the past. But fitness levels on the whole have been good. But I think the fact that we've got a bigger squad and already we've played 321 games in 4 weeks or whatever it is, 5 weeks. I think that's helped the group look fitter and stronger, and obviously winning games. Everyone looks that little bit fitter, but it's just mentally.
Yeah, I know you've been asked about this before, and it's irrelevant in a lot of ways. But is Jason Taylor officially off the transfer list now? Has anything been said, or are you just happy to carry on as it is?
Keeps playing like he's playing. He can stay on the transfer list all he wants. He's been brilliant, and I don't know if we've officially taken him off the transfer list. I suppose we should do. But I wouldn't let him go anyway right this moment. He's been brilliant for us. Been a real positive influence in the dressing room and on the pitch, playing in various roles. So long may that continue too.
Asa Hall is going to be like having a new player when he comes back. So he plays 6 minutes. But Jason Taylor has almost been like a new signing with some of the ways he's played.
Well, perhaps we didn't play the way that suited Tails, and perhaps this system suits Tails more than we anticipated. And we always knew, me and Neil, when we signed him, that we got a winner on our hands. He's a fierce competitor, and we've seen that this season. We knew he could play. We knew maybe we didn't have the players around him that complemented him. At the moment we have, and like I said, he's been brilliant for us, and I very much want that to continue to happen.
Yeah, Matthew Gould came in last week and he played for the reserves at Wolves. Is he now ready to go into the squad? Is he cleared?
We're waiting on international clearance. I'm hoping that by the weekend that should be the case. Yeah. If not, Harry will continue on the bench. Matthew did very well Tuesday. Made a number of saves against a decent Wolves side. It was a really good game, and we got a lot out of it. He's still got loads of work to do, but he showed he can make saves, and something there to work on.
Yeah, another goal for Kobe, and it's not just saying it. You genuinely have got
headache
up there.
He played 54 minutes, something like that, and I wanted him just to keep his sharpness up for when we need him, and Kobe's always got a goal threat in him, so it won't be long before he's really pushing for a start.
Yeah, so do you think that's it now in terms of squad ins and outs for the time being?
That is definitely it in terms of squad. We've just got to keep our eye on the loans that we've got and be aware that could change at any time. So we have to be aware of that, but and still continue to look for backups, replacements if that were to happen. But no, we've got a good group at the minute that are working extremely hard, and the thing now is just to keep going.
Yeah, brilliant.
All right.